Well, I'll tell you this, man. I think we have to let everybody know that they're not going to release the results tonight.
Yeah, they're not.
It's
We
not
could
going to
probably
happen.
hang it up because it's not. They actually just pulled back from about maybe 5 or 10 minutes ago. They pulled
Mhm.
back what little bit they did release, which if I copied it. Of course, we throw it all into a spreadsheet. But
Mhm.
if we didn't, we'd have nothing right now. So that's funny because here we go again. I don't think we're getting anything. I think that Biden letter carries a lot of weight.
Well, Fox
And
News is
now they're talking
reporting
about
that.
security experts, by the way. I'm
Oh
not even
God,
kidding. And they're
no,
calling the
that's a dog
secretary,
whistle. That's a
Christopher
fucking dog
Krebs,
whistle.
Chris Krebs, the director of Homeland Security. He's releasing statements now. I'm not even kidding. I mean, this is great. Well, because they're asking, they're waking this guy up over this. You know, I mean, this is nuts. I mean, because they're going to try to figure out some way to throw in, the dreaded straw man.
Well,
Uh,
I don't know if you heard me reading the IDP spokeswoman's comment, but she, like, out of nowhere inserts this is not a hack or an intrusion. Like, why the fuck would you tell? I mean, you couldn't get more holistic than this, or a manual than this process here. I mean, you got to
that
move
was
to
a
a side of the room. You got to, everybody's signing something. I mean, there's this is not something that can be hacked, for God's sakes.
That was a flare to the New York Times.
Yeah, of
Please
course.
save us. Somebody, please save us.
Well, let me
Somebody
tell you this, Richard.
crazy.
9 minutes ago, Amy Klobuchar's campaign manager said that she is running even or ahead of Biden in Iowa. I
Listen,
don't,
I didn't want to say this, but what we saw, Adam, she is. I'm not kidding. He's doing that bad. I was being conservative here because the sample is so small, but Biden is doing very bad. It's not good for him. And Amy Klobuchar, it is possible. I mean, it's again a small sample, but it is possible that she could come ahead of Joe Biden in this thing.
yeah, but if
It's
she comes ahead of Joe
stunning.
Biden, that means you've got Sanders or Buttigieg, which we don't know. 1, 2,
Yeah,
Warren, Klobuchar. Now you're talking Biden.
yeah.
Outside of
Biden's done.
that, now you're talking like there's
If
no
this
way
is
that could
if this
possibly.
happens, and the donors were already nervous, over this. If he places this bad, yeah, I don't know. He can limp to South Carolina, but we're already
Yeah, but he
seeing
still has to go
his
to. He can
lead.
talk about South Carolina all he wants.
That yeah,
South Carolina votes after New Hampshire.
and he's gonna lose if that's true. He's gonna lose Nevada if he because it's already getting close. It's already getting much closer in South Carolina. We're not looking at the 25-point stomp that we were looking at a
No, no,
few
no, no.
months
I
ago.
don't. Yeah,
He's maybe gonna 5-7 points, if maybe 9 points if he's lucky, but
the
not
reason he
after he
would win
gets
it all is
stomped.
even if he would win, it's because there's this block of Warren and Sanders people that can't seem to figure out which form of socialism they want.
They want, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and the younger minority voters that even black that he's relying on.
Mhm.
There's this, 18 to 29 demographic of younger black Democrats, and it's kind of funny because among that group, we're seeing they're not as loyal to the Democratic Party as older Democrats are. And actually, where Donald Trump does have some opening with black voters is the working 35 to 54 demographic among male black voters. And they
Yeah.
have to be loosely affiliated, though we're not affiliated at all, or otherwise they tend to stick, with the party. And that's not surprising. But the younger demographic, 18 to 29, especially female, they're not, they don't vote like their parents. And Bernie has made some inroads with them, and you can even see that in the newer South Carolina polling. And after what I'm saying is, I wonder if he does this badly in Iowa, or even a fourth place finish, then goes on to New Hampshire and gets creamed because he's going
Mhm.
to, and then Nevada is not his. It's not certain at all. He was once pretty nicely ahead. Now he's not. And by that time, can he really go into South Carolina and be confident that it's not going to be an embarrassing squeaker? If that, you know what I mean? If Bloomberg cuts into, some of his other margins in other southern states, he's just never going to catch back up. It's not going to happen.
Well, I don't know if you read his email to the chair of the Iowa.
I did.
Did you? I mean, that's pretty
Y-
much like a legal notice that you better let
It
us know what the
is.
results are before,
It's the
release
general
them.
counsel wrote that, and he says, "Look, because of these every campaign should know before you release anything." Which is why, by the way, that's what it isn't a shock to me that that letter was sent, and then an hour later they pull back this what little bit of reporting we had. That's not a coincidence. That's them reacting to that letter.
This is ugly, man. I think it's
It
uglier
really
than I
is.
could have
It's fantastic.
speculated.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I guess you
You know
could
what?
say
If
that.
you're a Republican, you guys should be. Everybody, who wants Donald Trump to win, just start doing handstands. This is like the best case scenario. It really is.
Yeah, I think you're
Biden's
right.
getting creamed, and the Democratic Party's imploding. I mean, Bernie will be in 3 days from now. Bernie will be spouting conspiracy theories. I mean, that's the trajectory we're currently headed on. I mean, that's it.
It's beautiful.
And by the way, Donald Trump beat Barack Obama's record for a sitting incumbent president in the Iowa caucus.
At the
I mean,
same
really
time,
couldn't have
where
gone
they're
any
now
better.
reporting that they might not even make the 2016 record for the Democrat turnout.
They're going to
So,
fall shy of that, because when they tell you, when a couple hours ago they told us that they were on pace to meet that, when
yeah,
they tell you, no, we're good, we're on track to meet that, that means they're not going to hit it.
Right.
And because they always overtalk this stuff. And when they're trying to tell you that they're going to make a benchmark, which is a horrible benchmark, 2016 was not viewed as a solid turnout performance for the Democratic Party. Everybody was hoping and expecting an 08, juggernaut turnout, which I think, Adam, I'm sure you were in that boat at the time. You're crazy.
Right.
That is not going to happen. Barack Obama was an enigma,
Right.
like Donald Trump is an enigma, and that's it. Hillary Clinton is not going to get out these people. And even Bernie at the time, he did a good job, but he wasn't, he had nice crowd sizes, but he's no Barack Obama. He's not. And, Barack Obama was more of a unifier, and that's why he had that magic. It's just, whether or not you like his policy, he spoke to a lot of different people. There were independents who wanted to caucus with the Democrats at that time. I mean, it was a different time. We were never going to see that in 16. And if that's what they're going to do in this time around, if they're going to just meet 2016, if you want to beat an incumbent president, especially one who just broke a record of the last one, who was impressive, then you better do a lot better than this. I mean, let's just be real here. I'm not trying to give everybody, make them feel comfortable and tell them this is going to be easy or a cakewalk, because it's not going to be. But
no,
this is not a good start if you were expecting everyone talked up what 2018 meant for 2020. And I've been trying to tell everybody now for almost 2 years, you will never show me in the historical record a midterm election that was a predictive indicator for the performance in the subsequent presidential election. In fact, they're often completely at odds with each other. So we have maybe 2 examples in the modern era, and that one of them was because of a terror attack, and that's it.
yeah,
So this idea that there was just going to be this crazy wave and rush to the Democratic Party, there was just no example for that. And actually, in not in the historical record, and not in in the voter files, which I look at like a pastor looks at a Bible.
yeah, me
I'm
too.
constantly with my nose in that. I don't see it.
Me too. But this, knowing that I have that same proclivity you do, this strikes me as just, I don't know. It's odd, discursive, weird.
I think God loves Donald Trump or something, because
Yeah, I
this
don't
is
like
like the
this.
worst
Yeah, this is
thing that could happen to them.
This is probably one of the worst things that could happen, because now all results
Suspect.
will be cast into doubt.
That's right.
And the fact that they're going to be cast into the next news cycle, right into a day of intrigue going into the State of the Union, which, as much as I like to think that Donald Trump won't make a slight joke or be in any way derogatory toward the Senate process or House, I think I don't think he can help himself. If they screw it up this bad in the first freaking primary, I don't know that he might not make a joke about Iowa, but
he may have a little bit. Yeah, he may take a little liberty with it. Like I have a little buffer because they did this. They screwed this so bad. But
I'm a little bummed because you and I, connoisseurs of this crap. It's
it sucks. This is like
sad that we eat this stuff up like fancy French desserts, but we do. And we were deprived tonight, my friend.
Yeah.
They burned our creme brulee, mother. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, this is like your wife telling you she's gonna make you this amazing dinner, and then she gets home too late, and you're stuck eating like a Marie Calendar from the microwave. What I mean?
That's one way to look at it. I would look at it, if I were a Democrat, I would say it's like my wife telling me she was making a great dinner and I came home and found her banging my neighbor, because this is just a bad,
if you're a Democrat,
bad night. This is a bad night to be a Democrat. Nobody wins. Trump wins. I shouldn't say nobody.
Yeah, Trump
wins
tonight.
Because now tomorrow, MSNBC, I'm not going to turn this on, but for people who want to amuse themselves, turn on Joe Scarborough in the morning and then switch over to CNN and just watch them excoriate their own. And that's good fun.
They're gonna. Oh yes, that's gonna happen. They're gonna start eating each other. This already started beforehand too. Did you see Biden? Who was he with? Savannah Guthrie? Did you see?
Oh, Biden? Samantha Guthrie. Yeah.
Samantha Guthrie. She's reading the results of a poll to him. Like, listen, did you know actually?
Yeah, he's like, I don't believe that.
I don't believe it. He turned into Donald Trump overnight, and it's okay.
Yeah, it was more Trump
meaner than Trump. He does it.
Trump has a different way of doing it when he says stuff like that. Nah, I don't believe that. Whatever. But Biden is more like obstinate, and just kind of like really pushes back on that stuff. I think and I've said this to Glenn before. It's something, unfortunately, you see with people of a certain age. It's just kind of senility and early dementia onset with that behavior. They get agitated very, very easily, and he clearly is. Now, either he's doing it on purpose because he wants to appear tough. But the problem is, you can get into Steve Ducey's face or whatever Ducey that is.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't do that to a woman.
Peter. Yeah, that was bad enough, right? But you
can't do that to women reporters. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, too. I say this all the time, and I don't say it to be mean. I'm just being real. But shame on the people who drug this man into doing this. Biden has long, when someone gets bit by the presidential bug, they can't get rid of it. They just can't. And Biden, it's like he's an extreme case of it. And this poor man, he's wanted to be president forever. And then to basically push him into this knowing that he's not up for it, shame on these people. And when and these people, I mean, shame on Wall Street. Shame on K Street. Shame on China. I mean, these are the people who wanted Joe Biden to run, and he should have just stayed home.
That's why Bloomberg is not messing around in the states where he knows Biden is going to die like a fish out of water. He is that slave to Wall Street, to China. He is the one that's going to try to take that spot. I've always said that. That's fine, well and good. But I'll tell you, he's like a cicada. Biden came out in 88 and popped back up again in 2008. And then now we're looking at 2020.
Thanks for watching the MAGA Coalition channel. Remember to subscribe to our channel and turn notifications on to get the best political analysis that is free of clickbait and gaslighting. Because in a world of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary